This is my 1992 Honda Civic EG, and this is episode 2 of the Road to Mechanic series, where I will try to restore this car with no knowledge as a mechanic. So I've done a little bit of off-camera work. There's these 2 seats that I have secured, and they have these towels on them. And the reason for that was because I wanted to make an attempt to get rid of the rust on top of them. So I bought some Evapor Rust. I put it in a spray bottle and I sprayed it on the seats. It's been 2 days since I've last sprayed them, so I'm just gonna see if I'll be able to grind out the surface rust with a wire brush. So you can see these 2 spots here. This is practically just me grinding it off without the Evapor Rust, but if I do this, oh look, it's getting there. It's just brown. Whoa, okay, that's pretty sick. It worked. All right, I can just go ahead and continue just grinding the rest of the stuff off then. Gotta use this freaking inflatable pool, whatever. Okay. Rid of this, rust here, some rust bits. I already grinded some of this stuff off, but I think after I sprayed this Rust-Oleum, not Rust-Oleum, the Vapor Rust, I'll really be able to get everything off. First task, get rid of the surface rust. Whoa, some leg action. Need some freaking safety glasses for this shit. So essentially what the Evapor Rust does is that it somehow, I guess, loosens the rust on the metal. I don't know what it particularly does. I just know that like it just allows the rust on the metal to just come off and you can just grind it. Maybe like weakens the bond or something. Oh yeah, this shit just comes right off. Okay, most of the rust has definitely gotten off. I could already see like metal being exposed here, and you can tell right here by the deterioration of the metal. Good thing I'm stopping it now and not later, right? Before my seats fall off, then that would be a whole entire problem that I'm gonna have to face. Oh my god, if you can't control your car, man, oof, nightmares, nightmares. And also, like, here's the thing though. So my intention with this car is to restore it as much as I can, and that means trying to focus on every single little details to pretty much future-proof it, you know? So stuff like rust and oil leaks, stuff like that, I gotta take care of all of that because I want this car to last as long as I can make it. Maybe have it last at least 5 more years. You know, it'd be really nice. And it's a 92 Civic hatchback. You don't really get many of these on this island, and I think the days of it being experimented on are kind of over, just because there's not many of them anymore. You can't, it's a lot harder to find parts for these than I thought. Every now and then I would have to go on Facebook Marketplace. Stuff like window trims, moldings, maybe like interior plastics and stuff are getting expensive. I don't know if weather strips are supposed to be $100, but $100 for weather strips, it seemed kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm just not too far into the market yet, but $100 for weather strips, it just seems kind of absurd, I guess, for a car that's supposed to be super common until everybody ran them to the ground, to almost to extinction. So, you know, I'm kind of seeing this like the Galapagos tortoise, like an endangered animal, an endangered car that's never going to exist in the future. So I got to make sure I take care of this, because this might actually be the only one on the island now. I don't know. That's kind of just like my thought process of everything. Take a look at this though. So here's the surface rust. Here's just me grinding this shit off. Seeing the surface rust just come right off is very pleasing to the eye. Maybe not pleasing enough for me to do it all day, but you know, it's just really nice to see it come right off, you know? Smooth like butter. Take care of your cars. I mean, I guess that's most of it. All right, so I pretty much finished grinding most of the rust, or at least the big shit. So, I mean, there's still a little bit left. That's why we have this spray. I don't know what this is, but apparently it's some sort of rust converter, or you spray on it, and then main thing is it prevents rust from spreading. So I'm just gonna be spraying this shit over these rails to prevent it from spreading into the car. But before I put that in, I want to test drive the car first. You know, just kind of have fun with it. It's been, I don't know how long since it's been so long since I've driven it. And so one thing actually, I changed the entire oil pan and the gasket because it was leaking a tiny bit of oil. And you know, I just didn't want to risk any of that while I was doing my oil change. So I went ahead and did that off camera. It wasn't bad. It took me like 2 hours. I had to take out the entire header. But it's not leaking oil anymore. Honestly, I thought it was the crank seal. So the crank seal is this little seal that is like underneath the circle that holds the belts and stuff. And so I was afraid I was gonna leak oil from that because those types of jobs tend to be very big. But there's no oil, I think. So we should be good for now. And I just wanna drive it. So we're gonna try that now. Okay. To whoever let the interior get to a condition like this is some of the most goofiest motherfuckers I've ever seen, man. You really gotta be a certain type of individual that let your car get like this. But you know what? That's okay. Daddy's got you. Okay. Wow. I feel taller already. I took out the passenger seat just in case. They even ruined the seatbelt too, man. God dang. I mean, there's no AC, but it blows air. That's kind of funny. There's also no power steering in it, which personally I don't really mind. There's no power steering. It's called manual steering, and honestly, manual steering is something that I've learned to really appreciate. A lot of the old cars had manual steering, so you know what? I'm not really gonna bother with that. We got a seatbelt now. It drives fine so far. Seems to me that there's no overheating of some sort. Oh my god, the odometer and the speedometer doesn't work, which is a bad sign. I have a little bit of an issue with a car going uphill. Outside of my gate, there's like a little there's a little incline going out of my gate, and the car is not grinding, but it's like vibrating a lot. So it could be signs of like the clutch slipping, a little bit of wear on the clutch. I personally don't know 100%, but I read enough information to kind of like get a basic idea on what's going on with this car, because I'm really trying to understand it, you know. We'll turn left. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh no. When I went to go for a turn, I was trying to rev match into second gear, but it turns out it actually wasn't. It was in neutral the whole time, so I was burning my clutch a little bit. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I'm fucking rusty at this stick driving thing. Car's not overheating. Maybe at least not yet. On the way home, it wasn't overheating. There was no issues of like that whatsoever. I'm just gonna blast the fan to see if it'll overheat my car. Why is this shit so fucking loud? I gotta drive the car out again because I want to see if I can actually get the speedometer fixed. I bought this part called a speed sensor from somebody that fits directly into this engine, this transmission. Supposedly it works, so I'm just gonna try and replace that real quick and try to pretty much inspect what the problem is with the old part. But right now it's raining super heavily. So maybe I might just wait until the car dies, the rain dies down just a little bit. And then, yeah. Oh my god, my clip didn't record my microphone. Ah, man. Okay, so what I was saying was, this is an original speed sensor that belongs in the same engine and transmission as this car. So I got it for really cheap because of this metal thing broken in here. It's supposed to be fastened to the transmission. But honestly, I figured getting this would be like a good way to test whether or not the speed sensor replacement would actually fix the speedometer of the car, because speed sensors cost like hundreds of dollars, and it would be nice if I could like test it out first, you know? So that's what I did. And if it turns out it's not a speed sensor problem, it could actually be somewhere within the wiring or the cluster. Why do I sound like I know this stuff? It's just because I've done a lot of Google research. And honestly, if you think about it, common sense wise, for electricals, wiring goes to a sensor. Sensor's supposed to send signals to the cluster. If the cluster's not working, obviously there's got to be some sort of electrical problem within the wiring, the thing that connects it, or the sensor that's supposed to pick up the whatever it's supposed to pick up, you know? Kind of like a whole chain link. One link is broken, gotta change that one chain link. That's kind of like how I see it. Just gonna have to hold you there. Oh man, well, massive problem. When I unscrewed the speed sensor, this came out of it. And as you can see, this belongs to this. Now that I've inspected this dude, whoever the owner was, tried to glue these two pieces together. It was already broken. What the fuck? Are you serious? So like, now what? I mean, perhaps I could probably weld this together with the other one. I'm not sure if it'll work. Is it considered dangerous if I try to pop this one in without the clip? Let me see if I can fit this on there. I mean, it looks like it's on there good now. If my shit fucking blows up, I'll just sell the car. So here it is. Old sensor, and here's a new one. It's like hidden there, you can't really see it, but we're gonna try this out. And if it still doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Let's try this one more time. Let's see if it'll actually go. I think, wait, what the fuck? I think the speedometer is actually trying to work. I think the issue is there's supposed to be a pin that rests on top of this little plastic other pin number 2. And the speedometer pin is completely over, and when I'm moving, it's trying to go up, but it's being stopped by pin number 2. Jesus Christ. This car's so... What the fuck, bro? This thing's so loud. Oh! Yo, bro! You guys did not see this on camera, but now I know that this speedometer actually works now. Now I know it works. The odometer, which is supposed to say the miles on it, it's moving. Wait. It's moving a little too soon, though. Oh, yeah. This shit fucking works now. Okay. Oh. I stalled it. I'm actually really happy. This car runs fine. Oh my god, I'm actually very excited. I'm very excited for this car. It's just so fucking loud though. Oh yeah. Actually, I can actually explain that. So if I take you down here, where's the exhaust? This is the exhaust right here. There's no muffler in it. And the reason why is because the muffler is actually over here. It's rusted down, and when I drove it home, it actually hit a rock, and the muffler came off. It rusted off, and it ripped off of the pipe. So now I don't have a muffler, and I can't put that back on. But you know what? I like the sound of it. Just gotta wait for the time for when I just have to get a whole exhaust. I'm gonna get a whole exhaust for it. I'm gonna make sure to take care of this nice piece of machine here. So now we're just gonna do the final part of the video, which is we are now gonna spray the rails on these seats to prevent that rust from penetrating. The people who butchered this car may be ghetto, but I'm ghetto too. All right, what does this say? Duplicolor rust fix. You know, my friend had asked me whether if I'm gonna replace the seats with brand new ones, and you know what I told him? Of course I will. I am not going to deny the fact that these seats are still boofed, still rusty, still old, still trash, but I do not want to get bucket seats, okay? I'd rather rock these seats more than I would with bucket seats, because what am I going to use bucket seats for? Let's think about it. People use bucket seats to get low to the ground, reduce weight for the performance of the vehicle. This car's not gonna get any performance, okay? The only performance it's gonna get is slow and steady, 1,000,000 miles. I'm not trying to go 1,000,000 miles per hour with this car, and I'm too short for bucket seats. So what's the point of me getting bucket seats if I can't even use them to their optimal use? But the reason why I'm not getting brand new regular seats is because I just don't have the money, you know? And that's the reality with a lot of people who are trying to work on their cars. A lot of money is invested. Seats, very huge products like seats, take up a lot of the people's wallets. And I'm a student. College students are broke. Someday I will. So I'm just taking it one day at a time. For now, let's appreciate that we do have nice functional seats that are not bucket seats. And I'll have to do whatever it takes to make sure I preserve this and make sure that it doesn't fuck up my car in the later. You know? If you're an average Joe like me, you have a job, you're in school, and you know, you're kind of just setting your foundation right now for your future. You don't have to spend all your money in one thing. You know, you could always just take it one step at a time and be smart with your resources, because you'll never know when you're gonna have to use these resources for other things, like maybe medical, insurance of some sort, emergencies, maybe even like for classes too. And yes, it would be really nice if I could have all the things that I wanted nowadays, but you know, that's just not how the world works. Shake can for 10 seconds after each minute of use to spray. Hold can parallel 8 and 10 inches away from surface to be coated and use it an even sweeping motion. To avoid runs and sags, place 3 light coats, allowing surface to dry no more than 2 minutes between coats. Apply application should dry to a black finish, protect from moisture, and allow surface to dry 24 hours before applying top coat of Duplicolor. It's raining right now, very unfortunate. But fuck it, we ball, right? Shake, shake, shake. Test. Okay, light coats. Shit fucking smells like ass, bro. Bro, look at this. My dad got me McDonald's. Wow, how nice. But I think this is a good way to end the video for now. I'll just continue this spraying thing on my own time, and I'll just update you on the next video and how it comes up. But let's do a quick review today. We've done a little bit of cleaning on the seat rails to take out all the rust. We also replaced the, what is that called again? The speed sensor on this car here, and it actually works. And here's a little thing, a little update right now. I ordered headlights and I ordered cluster lights, and they're coming in very soon. The headlights are actually here now. I just have to go to the post office tomorrow because it doesn't open on the weekends to pick it up. And then next week we can just get that fixed and we're freaking ready on the road, man. I mean, we've already driven on the road, but it makes me very excited because every time I make these videos, we're always like one step closer to completing this project of ours. Oh, you got me a McRib. I think McRibs are pretty fire. Yeah. Delicious. That's it for the video. I'm very excited to get to the next one. And I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.